Hey guys, let's talk Nomos, specifically the Nomos Neomatik Metro Collection. We're going to hit the goods, the bads, the ugly, and see whether or not this watch is actually worth your time and, of course, your money. So I'm going to take this bad boy off my wrist and give it a little wipe here since it's quite easy to get fingerprints on it. So let's start off with the brand, Nomos. This is a beloved brand by especially watch enthusiasts, kind of known for their high value, simple Bauhaus style watches that feature a lot of in-house components and actually completely in-house engineered and manufactured movements as well, depending on which watch you're getting. So let's hit the goods. This is a very unique watch. It's extremely simple, but a very unique design at the same time. And so if you're looking for a big splash in the water or trying to make a huge statement with your watch, this probably isn't the one for you. But on the reverse end, because it's so simple and because it's kind of elegant in its simplicity, it actually kind of makes a pretty bold statement by being understated, if that even makes sense. You know, these wireline lugs are pretty unique, and the, of course, simple sub-second style. There's no other complexity to this watch. I mean, yeah, you can hack the seconds, and it is automatically wind, but that's really about it. Its purpose is to tell time in a very simple manner. The reason I really enjoyed this particular watch here, the Silvercut edition, is because it does add a little extra flair as opposed to a simple matte finish. You're seeing Nomos' proprietary dial finishing here. They keep it quite secret, but it's a 9-step process that they have down to a science. So extremely simple, no loom. Although it's difficult to see, these aren't just simply printed on hour dots, but they're actually layered multiple times, so there is a bit of a 3D dimension to it. And the sapphire glass is actually quite domed to the point where you can see some of the distortion while you're trying to read the watch. Of course, we have to talk about the movement being Nomos, and this is really the reason why this watch is worth what it's worth. For retail, the watch goes for about $4,300 on a Nomos website. Gray market, you can probably get this guy for $3,300. So we're gonna slap a price tag of $3,500 on this bad boy and evaluate it from there. The dial is simple. You can't tell it's a luxury watch. Turn it around, and you really begin to see the value that this watch generates. It's Nomos' in-house movement, caliber DUW 3001. It features a lot of very interesting aspects. Of course, it's very nicely finished, the perlage base plate, Glashutte striping all over. It has a full balance bridge, and in fact, I'm having trouble trying to give you that view because this offers a very interesting feature where, if fully wound, the rotor will not continue to wind. That's kind of meant to increase the efficiency and minimize the wear on the parts of the watch. So I can't quite show you, but there is a full balance bridge, which also helps with shock protection. This is a 43-hour movement, hacking, no date, simple, tells the time. That's all we need to do. So lovely movement, all in-house, thermally blued screws. I can just look at this movement all day, and that's really where the value is coming from. It's the design, it's the movement, and it's the subtle, I guess, stealth wealth factor of this watch that makes it so unique and makes it something that's, you know, worthy to behold. So let's hit some of the things that I don't like so much about this watch. Well, first off, it is offered on the horse leather, the genuine Horween leather shell cordovan that Nomos uses on many of their watches. My issue with the strap is it is very unique. It looks really sleek. It looks really nice on the wrist, but it is very easily damaged. In fact, you can kind of see the creases that the buckle is making on this strap. And so over time, I definitely can see how this strap can look worn, even if it's relatively new. My other issue with this watch is the not so much the appearance, but the audibles. Although it's very hard for me to record here, you're going to hear this winding motion on even on your wrist at the office. It's quite distinct and it's quite loud and audible. Same goes for the ticking. The ticking of this watch I can hear on the bedside, and while that doesn't bother me as a watch geek, I can see how this can bother some. Now, I'm not sure whether or not the winding audible is going to bother most people. For me, it also kind of gives me a affirmation that this is a mechanical watch and that it's winding, but I can see how that's bothersome for many as well. So let's hit the conclusion. For $3,500, is this watch worth it? On the wrist, people aren't going to know that this is a $3,500 watch, but you know. And you know the movement inside, and you know the engineering work behind it. And so there's a reason why Nomos is known for being a great value watch. And simply that's because you're not going to find a watch with this amount of effort, this amount of design, this amount of engineering in a single timepiece for its price range. So the Nomos Neomatik Metro Collection, quite a simple watch, but a lot more than it looks.